16 then in the second event, and we have the winner of the first event looking to make it back-to-back victories at the Women's Series as Lisa Ashton goes up against former World Championship finalist Lorraine Winstanley, who's just bagged the advantage of winning the ball and will throw first for a place in the quarterfinals. Lisa Ashton on an 8-match winning streak so far here at the Women's Series. Can she be stopped? And can Lorraine Winstanley stop her here, Colin Lloyd?
Possibly.
60.
She's good enough to. These two will know each other's game in and out. Both had the privilege of representing their country as teammates.
41.
The only thing I worry about for Lorraine is that Lisa can
140
go on a surge of such heavy scoring, and we know she can finish anyway, but sometimes you just can't compete against it. I'm not saying that Lorraine can't compete with it, because she's kicked off here with a couple of tons, and all right, there's a 41 in between. But Lisa Ashton can just go 140, 180, 140, 140 all day long. And that's very hard to compete with.
Well, last year's Women's Series, Winstanley had a last 32, a last 16, a quarter-final and a semi-final. And she said
66
herself coming into this year's tournament that she feels she only ever really played at 60% of her ability. And if she can up that, then certainly she can give
60.
Ashton a good run for her money. Has beaten her 3 times in the past. Out of
yeah, I'm certainly not putting Lorraine down. She's a champion, you know, in her own right.
40.
You know, so she knows she's capable of doing it. If she said she was only playing at 60%, who am I to disbelieve her?
89.
Ashton has just kind of stolen a march against the throw in the first leg. Winstanley might have to produce something special. He's not going to do it on this occasion.
60. Game shot.
Well, it's a breaker throw there for Lisa. Opening 17 dart leg. And straight into the treble 20.
She knows if she's going to beat Lisa Ashton, then she has to hold her own throw first and foremost.
83.
Now she's made it a difficult task for herself.
$100.
Well, we were saying a little earlier, Chris, that how do you just carry on after you've already just won an event? I think Lisa Ashton's showing us how you just carry on.
You could put those points through the middle of a polo mint. Superb darts from
85.
Winstanley. Yeah, the potential to win 3 events in one day. I'm scratching my head thinking, has that ever been done before? I know that on the Development Tour and Challenge Tour we've had players win 2 events in one day.
45.
Have we ever seen someone win 3 in PDC darts?
Not in one day. No, not in one day or in one time.
100.
I won 3 events on the trot one time and lost in the semi-final of the 4th. It was a few years ago, mind.
How many months between each event?
No, not a lot. I won the.
121.
I think it was in 2004. I won the Antwerp Open for the 3rd time. I won the Holland Open.
Game shot.
As we see Lisa Ashton there take out a 116 to double her lead. And a nice little holder throw. I won the Montreal Open. Then a week later, I lost in the final of Saskatoon to John Part. In the semi-final, sorry.
60.
But I dare say someone has won 4, 5, 6 tournaments on the trot. A certain Mr. Taylor or a certain Michael Van Gerwen.
I certainly remember Van Gerwen winning 3 in as many days
82.
when we had 3 events in a row in Barnsley in a Pro Tour about 3 or 4 years ago. No one's done that since we've introduced these series of events, these Super Series. Have had players that have won a couple of them, but never 3 out of the 4.
To be fair, for you to be doing that now, you've got to be in sensational form, I think. That's not to say that it can't be done, but the way that MVG throws, the way that Price throws, Peter Wright, so, well, handfuls and handfuls of them, mate. They're more than capable of doing it.
Well, the conversation started when we were speculating on whether Lisa Ashton might win 3 in one day, and the way she's playing, it's going to take some stopping.
59.
94 average in this one, 2-0 up against one of the top players in the field.
100.
Fallon Sherrick, I can confirm, has beaten Rhiannon O'Sullivan 4-1 and progressed through to the quarterfinals.
60.
Well, Lorraine Winstanley's got 6 darts here at this 118. Might only need 3. 18 for tops. Tops it is then for 2-1. Oh, that's a lovely 118 finish that is. But Lisa has got that break of throw. She's got the throw now.
134.
Where it is only in these early times, Chris, where it is only a race to 4 legs, you would certainly say that Lisa's in the driving seat at that moment.
45.
Especially if she gets another big shot here.
That 118 in response to a 116 by Ashton.
140.
To win leg 2. Top finishing from the pair of them.
$60. $45.
Won't be too worried, I don't think, about that 45. It's a couple hundred points ahead, minus these.
43.
So at least 9 darts at this 182. But doesn't
34.
want to be mucking about, Murph. You know, there's six very indifferent darts now from Lisa Ashton after kicking off with 134 and 140, followed it with 45 and 34.
43.
Fortunately for her, she has got a bit of a gap in the leg. Even 60 here you feel would be fine.
60.
That's what she gets. Winstanley needing 2 treble 20s to leave even the biggest finish.
$41.
88 then for Lisa. Double 14. Double 7 now.
81.
Well, Joe what, Murph? I don't think I'd have gone for that.
Yeah, interesting point. There was a case for just leaving something simpler. Gets a little bit tricky on
45.
these kind of finishes.
Would it show a lack of confidence, though, on my part?
Game shot.
As Lisa tidies up the 7 with 2 darts.
Yes.
How dare I doubt her?
Certainly every reason for her to be confident, isn't there? Winner now of 3 of the 5 women's series events that we've had. 4 world championships.
60.
100 average on TV. You can carry on lavishing praise on Lisa Ashton. What she's achieved in the game is, well, it's a record that
30.
I was going to say most dart players would give their right arm to have, but that wouldn't be a good idea, would it?
I don't know, after my performance last weekend in an exhibition, I wouldn't mind Lisa Ashton's
22.
right arm.
Yeah, 2 players through to the quarterfinals already. Fallon Sherrick, as I mentioned, Joe Locke, the other one.
46.
A 4-1 winner against Vicky Prum. Corinne Hammond has just booked her place in the last 16 by beating Rachel Brooks. Dita Hedman
100.
on the brink of a quarter-final spot. 3-1 up against Makuru Suzuki. Same scoreline here. Same scoreline between
41.
Lorraine Hyde and Sarah Roberts in Hyde's favour. All last 16 matches. Winstanley hoping to prolong this one at least a little longer.
78.
Yeah, nice switch there by Lorraine. She sort of looked up, lost a little bit of grip on the darts and then readjusted herself and switched straight down. Good stuff.
96.
Nice switch from Lisa as also. The thing in Lisa's favour here, Murph, is that she knows even if she was to drop this leg, she's got the throw in the
45.
next leg to try and wrap this match up.
78.
Good last start, just to put more of a dent into that 288. 210 when she comes back. How far in front will Winstanley be? Well, further now.
100.
Good visits.
$140.
That's a good pressure shot. What Lorraine Winstanley would give here to see this first dart going to treble 20. Ooh, she won't be happy with that. Got a switch now. That's a great second dart. Tops now for 3-2.
56.
Well, the 140 from Ashton applied the pressure. The 70 could bring an end to the match. Wrong bed.
62.
And Lorraine let off. Double top to keep it going. Over the bar.
Game shot.
But in the end, and Winstanley is not yet beaten. 3-2 to Lisa Ashton.
Yeah, good last start there by Lorraine.
97.
Lisa will be thinking to herself now, nice little steady leg here. Maybe 15, 16, 17 darter.
41.
And hopefully put her through to the next round.
We will have some quarter-final action after this, and it will feature Fallon
66.
Sherrock bouncing back from that defeat in the last 16 in the first event. She takes on either Anne-Marie Potts or Ros Bulmer in the last 8. That match just getting underway.
40.
So there will be a little bit of a break between the end of this one and the start of that. You can switch streams and catch the action from Gibraltar in between. The European
100.
Tour. I can tell you that we do have another name through to the quarterfinals, and it is that of Dita Hedman. She's beaten Makuru Suzuki by 4 legs to 1, turning into a difficult start
41.
for Suzuki, isn't it?
Yes, very much so, but do you know what? There's still
84.
another one, Merv, and there's still tomorrow as well, so still all to play for.
Yeah, we will only be halfway through the Women's Series at the end of tomorrow, a much bigger Women's Series in 2021.
96.
3 times as big, to be exact. Big win for Simon Whitlock over in Gibraltar, by the way. He's seen off Michael Smith by 6 legs to 2.
58.
Win for the Wizard, but it's Winstanley in need of conjuring up something
95.
magical here. Ashton on the brink. She won't be staying there for the ball, I feel sure.
54.
Yeah, good sensible thinking there from Lisa. Didn't have to do anything silly. All Lorraine can do here is try and apply a bit of pressure
100.
and hope that Lisa gives her a chance.
Well, she reached the
Game shot of
quarterfinals,
the
did
match,
Lorraine
Lisa
Winstanley
Ashton.
in the first event and lost to Lisa Ashton. She's reached the last 16 in the second event and loses to Lisa Ashton, who is looking to make it a double here at the Women's Series, winning event 1, and she's into the last 8 in event 2.